somehow right. That's all time. That's all time.
Derek Jeter is top 3 shortstop.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you listen to this is Tanks and Tuddies, presented by Tubbs and Frankie. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for another week. It's Masters Week. I should have done the Jim Nance intro. That's on me. We'll do it next week to wrap. Final Four college basketball done. Tournament is over. Obviously, I'm very pleased with the results. We'll talk about that. Locks and Longshots, though, first. We won't talk about any of the things because we're going to do – Austin's got a bunch of Masters picks, but we're going to do a full Masters preview, a full March Madness recap, and then if there's time, we'll talk baseball. So I won't say anything about the games until we get to it. So last week, UConn, Illinois over 139.5. That was a loss. That actually ended up being closer than it should have been. Michigan, Arizona over 157.5. That was a win. So we broke even there on the locks. I'll take that every day of the week. This week, we're going John Rahm top 10, minus 122. He's a good golfer. He's playing good golf. He's a good golfer. Top 10. Thank you very much. Long shots. I'm 6 and 10. I hit another one. I'm up 5.06 units. Holy shit. This is when I joke about being the plus sign hunter, this is where it's like, damn, kind of true. Like, I hit some shit. I've been a little bit safer on here. I might open it up. During football season, it might get wild. We might go down a lot of units, but it'll be fun while we do it. Last week, I had UConn moneyline, Michigan moneyline, plus 278. That was a W. Predicted the national championship. This week, we're going Bryson and Rahm top 10, plus 280 for 3/4 of a unit. This is just the live play. I don't know. I got nothing. These two guys, everybody's projected them to finish. You know, they're all in the top 5 of every ranking you look at. I did my pool today. Ooh, real quick, do you want to review my pool picks?
I do.
Masters pool. This was a different one, not the ones we did last year. The guy that ran the ones last year didn't want to do them again. So, oh, hang on. He emailed it to me. I'm sorry. Give me 2 seconds. It's in my work email. So I got my first overall pick. I can tell you right now it was Rahm. Here we go. I took Rahm with my first round pick. So the way we broke it up was there's 5 tiers, and you had to take one player from each tier. So tier 1 was elite contenders. That's your top guys, probably the top 6 in odds. Tier 2 was strong contenders, high upside, frequent top 20s. Tier 3, solid players with Augusta experience. Think of Jordan Spieth, Justin Rose, Henley, Burns, Lowry, Tyrell Hatton, Minwoo Lee. Tier 4 was your competitive mid-tier and then your specialist guys. I think he just got this from online. And then tier 5 was everybody else in the field. So my first pick was Rahm. I followed it up with Matsuyama. Then we got Henley. Then we got Jacob Bridgman. Never heard of him, but he was in the top 20 of CBS Sports rankings, so I grabbed him. He's an amateur, I think.
Yeah, so I guess I won't talk about this one later. I'll just do this now. I like Bridgman because he's been phenomenal to start the year. I think he's like the second best golfer, if not the best golfer so far of the year.
He won something.
Yeah, but the problem is he's making his Masters debut.
Yeah, and that's going to be tough.
And, like, granted, you don't need them to win. Yeah.
No, I do need them. The pool goes to the winner. That's it for this one.
Well, yes, but, I mean, I guess somebody's going to win. I guess for a tier 4 pick, that's probably as good as you can get.
Yep. So then tier 5, it was funny. So the guy behind me in the snake draft jumped me. So I had the choice of stealing his guy to be funny or making my pick. I thought Højgaard was still available. He was gone.
Rasmus or Nikolai?
Nikolai. And then he took... Where the hell is it? Oh, yeah, sorry. I picked Højgaard. He was already gone. So then I had these two. So I had one of them was my thought, and then the second one is who he took. I could have been funny and taken him. So tell me who you would have taken. It was Ben Griffin and Adam Scott. Who would you have taken?
Adam Scott.
Perfect. I took Adam Scott. Because I was like, I love being the asshole, and I'm like, I can take Ben Griffin. But I ended up, I looked at my ranking list. I'm like, Adam Scott. So
Adam Scott just plays so well at the Masters every time.
You want to hear all the teams and then pick who's got the best squad? Then we'll move
Sure.
on. All right, so this was the first overall pick. Scotty Scheffler, Justin Rose, Max Homa, Victor Hovland, Cam Smith. I think that's a pretty solid team. Then you've
1 sec.
got, are you writing down if you remember?
Restart. My phone made a noise and it disconnected my headset for a second.
Okay. Scotty Scheffler, Justin Rose, Max Homa, Hovland, Cam Smith. Then you've got Rory, Patrick Cantlay, Jordan Spieth, Harris English, Jake Knapp. And then my team, do you want me to read them?
Sure.
Rahm, Matsuyama, Henley, Bridgman, Scott. And then you've got JJ Spawn, Minwoo Lee, Robert McIntyre, Nikolai Højgaard, and Schauffele. Then you got Ludwig Aberg, Colin Morikawa, Patrick Reed. I hated that Morikawa pick. Patrick Reed, Corey Connors, and Ben Griffin. And then Matt Fitzpatrick, Tommy Fleetwood, Bhatia, Goddard, and McNeely. Who's got the best?
The second to last is the one I like the most.
Aberg, Morikawa, Reed, Connors, and Griffin.
Yeah.
So all it is it's I think there's 10 of us, $20 a pop. Winner takes the pool.
Obviously, I mean, the first team with Scotty has the highest chance.
Scotty, yeah.
But I like that second to last team. There's a lot of guys in that group that I really like for this week. So I think there's just more players with a higher chance than that first team.
Gotcha. But yeah, that's the squad, and I will update next week when I win. Hopefully, pay for part of the truck. Anywho, I think that was it for Locks and Longshots. So you can go ahead.
All right, my locks, 15, 20, and 1. Last week we went. Oh shit! I didn't even update my locks. We had Arizona, Michigan under 157.5. It was a loss. We had Royals Twins under 9.5 Thursday. That one was a win. That one did get sweaty. I was keeping track of that one. Going into, I think it was into the 9th. Let me pull it up real quick. Last Thursday. Yes, it finished 5-1. Going into the 9th, it was 2-1 Twins. And then the Twins scored 3 runs and stranded 2 guys on in the top of the 9th. The Royals didn't score in the bottom of the 9th, so luckily we still cashed the under 9.5. And then Braves D-backs was an absolute shit show. Finished 17-2 Braves, so that was a loss. So my updated record is actually 16 and 22 and 1 on the locks. This week I'm going all golf for everything this week. I just don't feel like betting on a 4-game slate or whatever it is for baseball on Thursday. Oh, there's actually more than I thought. 6-game slate on Thursday. So instead, I will just bet all golf. I'm going to go Brooks over Chris Goddard in round 1. This is minus 118. This is strictly Chris Goddard making his debut at Augusta National. He's said, I don't think it's that hard of a course, but I'm sure the jitters will be there for the first round. Brooks is a veteran there. He's been there so many times. He's playing a little bit better, not his best, but I think Brooks could easily shoot even par, and that would beat Goddard. I don't foresee Goddard to go out there day one in his debut and shoot a super low score. So give me Brooks at minus 118. My second one is Justin Rose over Jordan Spieth. This is an entire tournament bet. Justin Rose consistently, actually I shouldn't say consistently, every other year for the last 5 years, it's either been a top 10 or a missed cut. Unfortunately, this would fall in the missed cut year if you stay on that trend. But Jordan Spieth is not a good golfer anymore. He has not been good since the 2010s. Justin Rose, yes, he's old, probably not that great of a golfer, but he still competes, especially in the big time tournaments. So give me Rose over Spieth. Also, I should mention they're replanting the trees that fell down a couple years ago, so Jordan Spieth has more targets to aim at. So next bet, Ludwig, top 20, minus 148. I think Ludwig has a real chance to win this year. Obviously, I'm going to take him top 20 then. Max Homa, top 40 is my fourth bet, minus 134. Homa's been playing pretty well recently. there's not much outside of that. I'm a Max Homa homer, so I will take
A
Homa top
homosexual,
40.
some may say.
Yes, I'm a homosexual. And then my last one is Aldrich Potgieter to make the cut. He is also making his debut. He's a long ball hitter. The Masters favors longer ball hitters. I don't necessarily think he has to play that well. The cut will probably be like three over, I would assume, somewhere in that range. It's kind of usually where it falls. Honestly, maybe even lower than that. But the weather looks perfect. I couldn't tell you exactly how accurate Potgieter is, but I know he is a long ball hitter, so I like that. Give me him to make the cut. Minus 124. Long shots, 9 and 35, down 12.52 units. Not good.
That's insane.
Yeah. We had Arizona last week to win over Michigan. They lost. So that was down a unit. UConn to win the Final Four. That was a win. So that made up 1.1 units. And then I threw out a Thursday baseball parlay of D-backs plus 1.5 and Giants plus 1.5. Giants won outright 7-2 against the Mets. D-backs were on the wrong side of that 17-2 loss. So lost there. Ended up down 0.9 units last week. I will say my long shots, I think I just went through a really bad start because yes, like I am down 12 units, but the last couple of weeks it hasn't even been more than like a unit a week. So I think I just kind of compounded really early. Hoping to make that slow down here. This week, though, I'm going to go 5 golf picks. We're going to go Ludwig over Scotty in round 1 at plus 134 for a full unit. Already talked about Ludwig. Scotty's on a slow start for the entire year outside of his first tournament that he played in and won. I'll save my Scotty stuff until we do the preview. But yeah, I like Ludwig. Give me Ludwig in an early opening there. My next one is going to be Patrick Reed. I accidentally first typed Ratrick Reed, which makes sense because I fucking hate Patrick Reed. But I am going to take him over Hideki because Patrick Reed has been playing phenomenal on Live, and granted it's Live. But Hideki has not been playing well outside of, the Waste Management. And even when he did play the Waste Management, he just kind of fell apart. So yeah, I'm gonna take a flyer on Patrick Reed at plus 116 for only a half unit. I don't think either of these guys could win. Maybe Patrick Reed. I would really hate to see Patrick Reed win a fucking jacket, but my next one is Justin Rose top 10 plus 255 for a full unit. Like I said, he either makes or misses the cut or makes top 10. I tried to find Justin Rose to miss the cut, but I am not finding any to miss the cut bets on any books right now. So I'm keeping an eye out for that, potentially trying to take both and just kind of have that option. But then if he finishes anywhere between 11th and 11th and making the cut, then it's bad. So next one, Xander outright for a half unit plus 1550. I like what Xander's done this year. I think the field is not as top heavy, or I guess you could say the top of the field is more tightly condensed than usual. Like if you look at last year and the year before, it was like Scotty and Rory. That was it. Like Rahm was a distant third. This year it's like, yeah, Scotty's there, Rory's there, Rahm's there, Ludwig's there. Like there's a big, it's probably like a top 10 I'd pick out of. And Xander's in that, and honestly I like what Xander's been doing more than any of the other PGA guys right now. So I'm going to take a flyer on Xander for a half unit. And then my last one is a longer shot. It's Akshay Bhatia to win outright, plus 6,500 for 0.15 units. He's hot. I don't know what he's done on the course before. It's a little bit different. Probably won't be a very popular pick, but I will take Akshay for a flyer. I'm probably going to end up with like between 5 and 8 outrights. So these are two of mine.
I tailed Xander and Batia. I put my king of the course on Batia. Give me those bonus bets.
Yeah, I do have to look at the king of the course a little bit more. I haven't looked into that. I would say I'm
right.
No, not necessarily. It's the most birdies in rounds 1 and 2. So you could have somebody who only scores on every hole, either birdie or better,
you have to bet
or
on the champ to get in it. I got you.
Oh, is that what it is?
You have to bet on outright winner.
Okay.
And then the player that records the most birdies or better through the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, so I think my thing there would be I'm going to avoid Scotty because he's going to be so heavily owned. I'm going to avoid Rory because of the back issue. I'm going to avoid Colin because of the back issue. And then I'm going to avoid all guys that are debuting. So, yeah, I mean, I think actually might not be a bad bet there. I also wouldn't be afraid to take somebody like Justin Rose or Jordan Spieth, honestly.
This guy said
I don't know.
Interesting. So he's taking Nikolai Højgaard because he's number 1 in birdies or better at the Masters. But then this guy says Minwoo Lee, he's plus 5,300 to win, and he was the last king of the course winner in March. So that might kill him a little bit because people might take the last one.
Minwoo has been playing well. I wonder if I go look. I have up the
Brooks would be a fun
my
one, low-key.
Data golf. Yeah, I was going to say that might not be bad.
4.3 birdies per round in the last 5 Masters.
I'm trying to look.
I feel like you got to avoid those popular guys. Like Brooks is fun to people, so he's going to get bet on.
Yeah.
My goal with those bonus bets is always trying to get the biggest one possible, right?
Minwoo, technically, let's filter by this week's field. Minwoo is the hottest golfer in this field.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Minwoo, John Rahm, Jacob Bridgman, Akshay Bhatia. Top
I thought
4.
it was just if
Jake
you
Knapp
predict
is
the winner,
5.
you split the bonus bets.
No. Yeah, honestly, I mean, Jake Knapp would be another good flyer just because he's such a long ball hitter. I don't know about his irons, but he would have a pretty good course fit, I would assume. And he's the 5th hottest golfer in the field right now. I don't hate that.
All right.
I might do Akshay.
We're supposed to be talking about golf. Or basketball. We're talking about golf.
Okay.
Let's back it up. If you want to ride Bhatia with me, I'm down. That'd be fun.
I'll ride Bhatia.
All right, Final Four National Championship. My team won. It was so exciting. We'll talk about the championship here in a second. The Final Four game, both of them were kind of disappointing. So let me tell you guys about my weekend real quick. So Saturday, you wake up. It was Sid and I's anniversary. And we were planning on driving to Traverse City to spend our anniversary up there. We got a nice Airbnb. We were going to find a spot to watch both the games, hit some wineries throughout the day. She wakes me up at about 7:45. My alarm was set for 8. I'm like, why is she waking me up? I'm like, whatever. Maybe she's excited to go. And she goes, hey, I don't know how to tell you this. There's water in the basement. I said, here's the first thing I said to her. I said, you better not be fucking with me. Because April Fool's was on Wednesday, and she's a jokester. And she was like, no, I would never joke about that, which if I was awake, I wouldn't have thought she was joking about that. But we walked down there. There's a decent amount of water. I won't run you through all the details on the water, but just know there was some damage, and the trip was canceled. So we got it all cleaned up. We figured out what's going on, and I'm currently going through the insurance and all that bullshit. But we ended up going to – this was lovely of her, by the way. So my friend hit me up, and he said, hey, what are you doing today? And he goes, oh, shit, you're going to Traverse City, right? I said, actually, the basement flooded, so we have nothing to do. I'm like, what are you thinking? I thought he was going to talk about going to a bar because him and his fiance is very good friends with Sid. They're actually best friends. So I was like, oh, we can all hang out together? Cool, whatever. And then he's like, no, she's on vacation. Do you want to go golf? And I was like, ooh, I really want to golf. So I was like, hey, Sid, I know it's her anniversary. And let the record reflect, we had already talked about rescheduling our anniversary to a future weekend and pretending that that's the weekend. But
I was going to say, this is partially on you because last week, I don't remember if it was on the record or off the record, but you did say you wanted to move your anniversary date.
That was off the record, but I definitely did say that it's always cold when we try to go somewhere for our anniversary, and I said we should move it to like June. And this is the second anniversary in a row that something devastating has happened on the day of us trying to go do something fun. Last year it was Sid's cat was having some problems, we'll just say, but we still made it up there for that one. Anyways, so Sid, being the lovely woman she is, she says, I don't know about golf on our anniversary. And I'm like, but we can still like be together and we'll spend some time together. Long story short, we end up going golfing. So we golfed from 9 to midnight during the Michigan game. It was fucking awesome. It was great. But before that, we went out to dinner. We went to a little bar restaurant to watch the Illinois game, and then we hopped to another bar. Dude, this restaurant, they had the game sound on, like blasting. You couldn't even have a conversation. Like we were yelling at each other across the table. And then like it must have been some Illinois like women's teams for some sport was, playing MSU or something, because there was like people screaming every Illinois point. I'm like, we got some Illinois fans in here or something. And as we walked out to go to the other bar so we can actually talk and watch the game, these girls in like these Illinois jumpsuits walk out. I'm like, oh shit, like there's actually a team here. Anyways, what was I telling this story for? Just a joke about my basement having water?
It started talking about the Final Four.
Yeah, well, that's probably why, because it was on Saturday. But yeah, Illinois UConn, kind of a boring game, low key. Would you agree? A little bit of a letdown.
Yeah,
got kind of good at the end. Like it just felt similar to like the national championship. Like it felt like Illinois was never really right there, but they were kind of hanging in there. And if they hit, there was a 3 they attempted. They were down 5. If they would have hit that, it would have felt like a game. But UConn was just steady up 2 possessions like the whole last 4 or 5 minutes. So then we hopped to X Golf, or not X Golf, sorry, 24/7 golf, indoor golf. I golfed okay. I'm actually playing outside this Saturday, Frankie. I'm all over the place. Wow, I'm excited.
Maybe I'll try and go play some outdoor golf this weekend too. I think it'd be like.
Did you have any thoughts on Illinois UConn?
Outdoor?
Huh?
No.
I didn't really either. I mean, there was nothing really major. Did Hurley?
I had UConn money line, so I was happy there.
I had Illinois and the over. Now there's nothing really.
Why did you take Illinois when you took?
Yeah.
A UConn parlay?
Not sure. Well, because, I don't know. Not sure what the thought process was there, but we had Illinois. But Michigan, Arizona. This game. Name another time that everybody talks about a game as, oh, this is the actual national championship, and Michigan was up 30 for like 10 minutes. Like, holy fuck. They were hitting everything. The defense was incredible. Oh, backtrack. Dusty May. Do you know how good your team has to be for you to go scout the other Final Four game rather than being with your guys and pre-gaming? Dusty May was at the Illinois UConn game scouting. I fucking loved it. A lot of Michigan fans are like, ooh, don't love this. You should be with the guys preparing, blah, blah, blah. No. That's you saying, our team is so fucking good. We're going to beat this team tonight, and we'll see you on Monday. I love that. Yeah, I mean, it's just Yaxel Lendeborg went off. Mara had a huge game in that Final Four game. It felt like every time I looked, we were scoring or getting a defensive block. That game did have good juice. I mean, there was some big blocks, some big dunks. Roddy Gale had a poster. That was a good game. But it was it felt very close. At the end there, when we were up 30, like I'm high on life, right? And then UConn ripped that 11-2 run, and I was like, there's 6 minutes left. That's too much time. And then Michigan was just consistently up 15 plus, and it was over.
Yeah, I did not foresee that Final Four game to go that way. Obviously, I was on Arizona. That genuinely had nothing to do with you. It was just I thought Arizona was the better team, and maybe that was me being too into metrics and everything. But like Koa Pete, I thought Koa Pete was going to dominate. He did not.
We shut him down.
Yeah, I didn't expect Mara to do what he did. Just
Cadeau even.
Arizona's defense, for being as good as it was supposed to be, it wasn't in the Final Four.
Remember what I said though? I said 90 to 75. I think I said, and you were like, "No way!" And it hit. Or I said 90-82. What was the final score?
91-73.
Yep. So
yeah, I mean, I genuinely expected the game to slow down, and it just never did. The West Coast curse lives on. A West Coast team hasn't won the national championship since like the 80s or something like
No, it
that.
was Arizona in the 90s,
Oh,
I
in like
thought.
'01. Oh,
Or was it,
something
yeah,
like
was it
that.
the 2000s? It's been 20
I don't
plus years, I
remember.
know that.
Yeah. Um, I wonder if there's any reason behind that. Like, is
Traveling or
there
something, I don't know.
deeper? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. But that was an exciting game. I hit a parlay in that game. I've placed this year. I probably placed 10 parlays in Michigan games. A lot were close. I never hit one. I finally hit one in the final four, and I put my smallest amount on the parlay. I think I did like a quarter unit. Like it was nothing. But it was let's see if I can remember. It was Mara 7+ boards that hit. It was Trey McKinney 2+ threes. It was Cadeau 12+ points. That was the sweaty leg. He got that late. What was the fourth one? I think it was that it? Not important. Anyway, so flash forward. I thought the game was Tuesday, first of all, so it was a pleasant surprise waking up Monday and seeing people tweet like, "Oh, game day, game day." I was like, "Oh shit, it's tonight! Fantastic."
Oh, we forgot. Yeah, Axel getting injured in the Arizona game too.
Yeah, that was concerning. He came back though and played phenomenal. So he must have been on some good drugs on Saturday. And then, um, also shout out to Yaxel for not only like you didn't have to come back and play that game. You have millions of dollars you're risking, and you're going to be a top 15 pick, and you're going to go to fucking top 10 pick. What am I saying? You're going to go to the NBA. Like to come back into that game, he banged 2 threes. He had some big drives. Like he must have been on the good drugs on Saturday, or just it hadn't really hit him yet that it hurts. Because Monday he was out there and he just didn't look right. But we'll get to that shortly. So credit to the NCAA or whoever's in charge of it. They said 8:52 tip. They tipped at 8:52. That was phenomenal. And ESPN showed 8:50. Usually they show 8:50 and they're tipping at 9:15. So the fact that it was 8:52 tip and they tipped 8:52,
Yeah,
so
dude,
awesome.
that late tip time sucks.
It was rough. It was rough. I literally had to. I don't know if you saw, but during the game, I was so amped up second half. Sid was sleeping, so I couldn't yell. I was so amped up second half, like I'm trying not to yell because it just felt like we were playing. Like it felt like we were playing UConn's perfect game. Slow, missing our shots, letting them hang around, and I was getting so frustrated. I literally had to turn on MLB The Show to take a little focus off of it. So I put
I
MLB
saw
The
you
Show on the
ripping
small.
packs.
Well, I'm done buying packs. By the way, I've opted out on buying packs. I used almost all
Smart.
my stubs. I used almost all my stubs. It was crazy. Haven't paid for stubs though. Haven't paid for stubs. Yeah. So I had the game on the small screen, or sorry, the video game on the small screen and the Michigan game on the big screen, and then I was playing Conquest on rookie, and I lost because I was strictly watching the game. Like I struck out like twice because I didn't know a pitch was coming. So, anyways, yeah, I mean the first half, dude, like we played UConn's perfect game. Like being up 4 at half as a Michigan fan, I remember texting everybody like, this is actually good that we're up 4. Like that was the worst half we've played since the Purdue game. So the fact that we were up 4, like that just showed how dominant our defense was, right? And I mean, we were 0 for 10 from 3 on that side of the court. And then you
I
flip
thought it was
halves.
0 for 13 or something.
We
It
were
was
0
something
for 13
crazy.
before we hit one, but it was 0
Yeah.
for 10 on that side of the court. And then we flip, and UConn's on that side of the court. They went 0 for 9 on that side. Like that, just, something was up with that rim or the ball or something. I swear to God. As far as the reffing, I'm not gonna lie. There was times that I was bitching, but pretty fucking good for a championship game. I mean, they were letting them play. They were leading. Like Michigan got the more favorable end of the whistle, if I'm gonna be honest. But I mean, when the opposing coach, the losing coach, says, if I could have those guys ref every game the rest of my career, I would. That shows you that they did something well. Because it's a college basketball coach who knows more than every single one of us that's a fan watching. And he says, I would have them ref every single game. Because the media was trying to get him to bitch and complain, and he wouldn't do it. But yeah, Cadeau finally hit the first 3. That was a big sigh of relief. Trey McKinney hit a couple. Actually, I think he only hit one. I think we went 2 for 15 from 3.
The old takes exposed on Cadeau were quite funny, I will say.
Yeah. The North Carolina fans.
Just everyone being like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you're overpaying for a bench player, whatever." Yep. Yeah.
That's the thing too. Yeah, he won MLP, right? Most outstanding player. Myself, I'm pretty sure, I don't know if I have on the podcast. I don't think we talk Michigan hoops much. I have complained about Cadeau so much this season with the turnovers and the games where he can't shoot. But that dude is the reason we won on Monday. Like, it was him.
Let's not forget, he also just had an allergic reaction, had to go to the hospital.
That was wild. It was because of a shit. I saw it. What was it? It was it a walnut or a? Is that a peanut or a walnut?
There's some high level investigation.
I thought it was an April Fool's.
Can't
thing,
confirm it was a peanut. It might have been a walnut.
When they stretchered him out and they had the bed sheet over him like he fucking died, I was like, this has to be an April Fool's bullshit thing. Yeah, Axel Lenneborg played terrible. You could, like, his shots were just so far off. You could tell he was hurting. And then at halftime, his interview, she's like, "Looks like you're struggling out there. You know, how's it getting through the pain?" He goes, "I ain't gonna lie, it hurts." He's like, "And I suck right now. I'm not having fun." I was like, an honest interview. I loved it. You know, give Axel Lenneborg all the shit you want in the world. Like, oh, he's 24, he's 23, whatever. The dude played 3 years JUCO, transferred to UAB. He was a 0-star at high school. He did a year at UAB. Yes, he was good. But that's what NIL's for, is to get you to Michigan and go win a championship, make money while you're doing it. And now he's going to go to the NBA and make millions and millions and millions of dollars. Like, I hate the people hating about, Michigan played with 5 transfers. That's the other thing, too. 5 transfers. You're counting Namari Burnett, who transferred his freshman year at Alabama to join an 8-24 basketball team. That doesn't count. And then Cadeau. North Carolina fans hated him. A bench player. He can't shoot, blah, blah, blah. Mara rode the bench. Merez Johnson even was getting benched at Illinois. Like, Axel Lenneborg was the only big portal guy. And then you got a 5-star true freshman out there. Kaysen was he was a Michigan guy. So I hate those tweets, and I think they're starting to simmer out because people are realizing, like, oh, Cadeau wasn't good at North Carolina. And he wasn't. He was ass.
How do you think Reed feels?
I feel so bad for that dude because I loved him when he was on our team, right? And he transferred when a new coach was coming in, totally understandable. He needed something fresh after all the Juwan Howard shit. Don't blame you. But you joined a team that just got done winning back-to-back, and then you guys don't win it last year, and now the team you left wins it the next year. 3 championships in 4 years between the 2 teams you played for, and you didn't get a single one. That's got to suck. That's got to suck. And I love that dude. Yeah. He was dominant all tournament. We shut him down too. That was the thing, is, like, we got them in foul trouble early. Like, Reed had 2 at half, Solo Ball had 3 at half, and then Demery had, both their starting guards had 3 at half. Like, that's what won the game. Gosh, what else? Roddy Gale, like, I hated on Roddy Gale all year too. He was good.
So I will say, I think Lendeborg is going to be either a career G League player and end up overseas, or just a career bench guy. I don't think he's going to be like a make the league, become a starter, and like consistently be a starter throughout his career. I just don't. I don't think like his game. Granted, I'm not a basketball ball knower.
Right.
I don't know. He just like he doesn't really.
His game translates well for the NBA though, because there's no defense. He can shoot.
Could be.
He can drive. Yeah. I think, and like.
Yeah. Okay, but they also said that about John Tonje when he was at Wisconsin.
He was never as dominant as Lendeborg though. Like Lendeborg won. Don't give me that. The fact that Lendeborg though didn't make all tournament team, crazy. That's crazy to me.
I mean, it's small rosters, but yeah.
It's crazy. I'll tell you what though. Mara's gonna get drafted. He'll be a G League / overseas guy for sure.
Yeah, I mean there's always 1 or 2 guys that like rise up draft boards because of the tournament, and then like they get drafted, and it's like, why did this guy rise up? And it's like, well, because he played 4 good games.
Yeah, that's Mara's huge, but he can't shoot, which the bigs have to be able to shoot in the NBA. He's kind of skinny. Like if he has a Giannis-like transition, sure. If he can put on all that muscle, then he'll be Giannis. But
he is like 40% of Zach Edey, and Zach Edey is not great for the Grizzlies.
Right. Yeah.
Like
he doesn't get Edey's whistle though. I will say that. Edey got quite the favorable whistle. What else?
The other thing I had on this was at halftime, just the way the game was going, like when it got to halftime, I almost wanted to like go unload on Michigan, because I was like, all right, like they look like they're just blowing out UConn right now. Like UConn doesn't feel like they're keeping this game close at all, even though it was only a 4-point game.
Yeah.
I'm so glad I didn't, because the spread
Mhm.
at that point was probably like actually.
I think it was still 7.5 at halftime or 8.5. Like it went up.
Okay. I was gonna say I feel like it probably wasn't where the opening line was. It was probably higher,
I
and I would
wasn't
have
betting
gotten
anything on
fucked.
that game, but I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, man, if I was neutral, I would probably unload on Michigan because like
My biggest thing was
our
like the threes
defense
have to eventually fall.
that was the only thought really was that our defense was fantastic and like eventually these threes are gonna fall. And I just kept texting my dad, take the lid off the hoop, take the lid off the hoop. The lid never came off. It was crazy.
Yeah,
But yeah, all in all, I told my dad this that the Michigan college football championship meant way more to me because I've watched damn near every Michigan college football game since birth. But this Michigan, like after all the Michigan national championships, I watched them lose. I watched them lose to Louisville. I watched them lose to Villanova. To finally get one felt really nice. Like I remember where I was when we lost to Villanova. I remember where I was when we lost to Louisville. And then this year, this team, this was the most Michigan college basketball I watched all year. And it started from the jump. Like it wasn't even after they got good. I think we were ranked early in the year, but I watched them beat Gonzaga. I watched them beat all the shitters to start the year. Like I watched almost every game except for the late ones. So it was
I
pretty
don't
rewarding.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I feel like I remember at the beginning of the season you being like, I could see Michigan winning the national championship. Which, granted, I probably also said the same thing about Wisconsin, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't
I
know.
think it was early, and it was like, well, because our first couple games were rough, right? Like I watched the TCU game. I was in Chicago. I remember watching that. I'm like, holy fuck. We almost lost to Penn State on the road. Like I remember watching that game. But I think it was the Gonzaga game. That's when I finally bet on them to win the championship. And I remember sending it to you guys, and you were like, "Oh, the value's gone." But I think it was a couple weeks before that I said like I could see them winning it. They had a big game somewhere. I don't remember. Maybe one of the invitationals. Let's see. Let's look because they won the
I
Players era, but that was Gonzaga.
yeah. I do have to ask, with everything that's happened in the roller coaster year for Michigan, on a scale of like super positive to super negative, where is being a Michigan fan at now?
Oh,
Like,
I'd say we're pretty positive. We're pretty positive.
okay. Now, if you expanded this to like the last 3 years,
Super positive.
okay.
Does
See, I
that
think you'd
no
be
3 years?
more.
Yeah, because 3 years captures the football championship.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I was just trying to. I was going to say for this year, probably more towards neutral.
Nah, not when you got a championship.
Yeah, but
I'll trade so
there
many
was a butter knife
championships.
in there.
I would trade so many. I would trade so many butter knives and my coach threatening somebody and cheating
Also,
on
if
his
you
wife
expand,
and
if you
hooking up
expand
with a
back
staff
like,
member for a championship. I would do
if you
so much worse for a championship. You have no
if you
idea.
expand back 3 years, then it includes Connor Stallions.
He was cleared of all charges. It was nothing. What do you mean?
Well, but there's
There's no
two
proof.
scandals.
There's no proof. Everybody was doing it.
Mm,
Everybody's doing it. Watch the documentary. Everybody's doing it. We were just the best at it. Connor Stanley is a psychopath that was the best at it. That's all there is to it.
Last thing on college basketball, thoughts on One Shining Moment. I personally hated it.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't a huge fan.
I hated it for a different reason, but there was so many high point things in there.
Well, and like, I just, I only hated it because it didn't give me the usually the jolt I get for it. You know what I mean? Like, it's just something didn't hit. I have no idea what it was, but something didn't hit on it, and I was like, this is terrible. Because usually you see that and you're like, oh. Like, even if my team gets bounced, like, I'm like, oh, my team won the tournament, and I'm not even like, oh my god, best video ever. But there was a lot of high point now that you mentioned it. My last thing, and this is a future thing. How mad are you going to be when Blackwell's a Michigan Wolverine?
No, I think he's going to Illinois.
I hate to tell you this, but he's going to Michigan.
I think he's going to Illinois. His dad went to Illinois, and
That doesn't matter. Money is what matters.
Illinois would pay up. Are you kidding me?
Not as much as Michigan. Michigan's got room now. Lindenborg's off the books. No, our starting rotation next year, though, is already looking nice. So that was the other thing during the Arizona game. I forgot about that. We had a 5-star commit during the game. He said, I see enough. I'm going here.
Yeah. I did see that.
So he's probably going to start with McKinney. Cadeau's coming back. That's one hell of a fucking backcourt right there. McKinney, the 5-star might be a backup.
If Blackwell ends up at Michigan, I will not be mad because I don't care about Wisconsin basketball until they win a Sweet 16 game. So
that's true. Fuck, I forgot you said that.
Also, transitive property.
Yeah.
We're national champs.
I was waiting for that one.
I almost forgot. How could I forget?
Purdue, Wisconsin, and Duke, man, national champs.
I will say, quite sad Monday night realizing I'm the only one in our group chat that doesn't have a trophy since we became friends.
Yep. It took me a second to understand your text. I'm like, he's got a championship, but I'm like, because
I have the Bucks.
Count. I was thinking the Bucks. That doesn't.
I
count.
did celebrate that one.
We're not like that's one that you like. Like if the Pistons won it this year, I wouldn't come on here and be like, yeah. No, I wouldn't even have a Pistons hat to wear. Like it would just be like hey, nice. Like I would probably watch the game and clap and celebrate, but you wouldn't see me like. It wouldn't be the fuck yeah that I sent to the group chat after we won it. Like it doesn't count. NBA does not count unless like you watched the games, but I don't think you put on a Bucks game unless we had money on it.
I think this year I watched a total of 1.25 Bucks games.
Speaking of Bucks, where's Giannis going?
Yeah, that was going to be my 5 seconds of NBA talk. Not Milwaukee.
Yeah.
So
yeah, he's gone.
Also,
go ahead.
LeBron fucking hates me.
What do you mean?
He said the two cities I hate, Memphis and Milwaukee. I said,
oh yeah, I forgot. Cool. That video was sweet, man. Shout out to Bob Does Sports. How about 5 seconds of NFL before we get into the Masters? Diana Rossini. Yikes. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You saw that?
A little bit.
Bro, the fact that they're trying to play it off with the we're just friends thing, get the fuck out of here, bro. You had interlocked hands, hugs, and sitting by the pool together. Get the fuck out of here. Have you heard the Diana Rossini like rumors? I dug deep on this one. I didn't even know these. So when she was they were Redskins at the time, so I can say that when she was a Redskins reporter, I think either the GM or the chairman's wife posted or told the media that she was hooking up with NFL coaches to get the scoop. And then there was also a story that her and one other reporter got into a fist fight outside of a bar because they found out they were both hooking up with somebody to get the scoop. And that one might be fake though. That was a random Twitter, but
that's crazy.
Yeah, the hooking up to get the scoop with the GM's wife that posted that runs deep. There's message boards that go back to like 2015 when it happened, like all this crazy shit. And then it's just wild too because she's married and he's married and they have kids. But yeah,
I forgot about the married part.
They put out a joint post together saying, "Oh, we're just friends," and then they were claiming that other people were in the picture. I don't see other people on the panoramic view of the roof. It was a panoramic picture. It's just you two on the roof, pal. I don't know what to tell you. Hugging and holding hands. If I had a friend that was a female, I wouldn't interlock hands with her. Nope. I would consider Paige a friend. Never interlocked hands with her. Not even for a joke. In front of nothing. I don't find myself alone with other women that aren't my girlfriend very often. So you're not friends. You guys are fucking, and just be honest about it, all right? You're cheating on your husband and your wife. Call it a day, all right? It was funny. Barstool, they were funny about it. But let's do the Masters, and hopefully we can squeeze in some baseball. If not, I'm sure it will. I don't think we should. I think we'll go at least 15 on golf. So we'll save baseball for next week. And it's just going to make my skin boil more. So there'll be a blow up next week. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Unless something changes. Something could change in the next week. If McGonigal hits his first career home run, we might not have a freak out next week. But as of right now, there was going to be a blow up on this episode. It's not coming, though. We're going to talk Masters. Hello, friends.
Hello,
Sorry,
friends.
you go
Welcome
ahead and
to
talk.
the 91st edition here at Augusta National
I dropped
in
something. I
Augusta,
gotta
Georgia.
locate it. So you go ahead and start the preview. Oh, I found
it. So first thing, as you can see, I am fully decked out in my Masters gear. Got my Azalea shirt, my Azalea hat, and I even went to Golf Galaxy this weekend, and I got myself some Major Series Azalea golf balls. They're looking pretty sweet. Nice little Callaway Triple Tracks Azalea balls.
nice.
They're nice. No, so my first storyline for the Masters this year that I think is getting overlooked. Do you know who just had a baby?
Nope.
Baby Remy Scheffler.
Ooh, shit.
Yep. So there is that. On top of that, dating back to 2020, Scotty has won the Masters every even year.
Oh, it's 2026.
It's an even year.
Oh, God.
So there's that. Now, my other storyline. Unfortunately, we will not be having Tiger Woods this year. Although I did hear a great joke today. He was the perfect Georgia player. They both wear red and black, and neither can drive without getting arrested. So,
oh, God.
Unfortunately, no Tiger Woods this year. I already talked about the top of the leaderboard being tight. I will say, I think I have the script, and if I could bet it, I would. I think the script for the Masters this year is you get somebody that comes out, shoots 5 under day one, controls the lead through the first 2 rounds. Weather's going to be perfect. You get to Saturday, you get to moving day. Somebody from back in somewhere within the top 10, but outside of the top 5, moves up, gets into that final grouping. Heading into Sunday, your leader's up 3. You get a lead change on Saturday. Leader's up 3 going into Sunday. Final grouping, I'm going to say, is Ludwig up 3. And we'll go. I don't want to guess on the second person. We'll say Ludwig's in the final group up 3. And I think winning score is 14 under, going to Ludwig. However, he only wins by 1 because he falls apart in aim and corner, goes double on 12 after he'll par 11, double 12, double 13, and then we get to 17 and 18, and he's going to need like a 10-foot par putt to win on 18, and he sinks it.
That's
to
quite
finish 14 under and win his first Masters. I also will say,
Where'd you come up with this?
Just kind of looking at some data and throwing out some random stuff, but I do think the winner is going to be in the final group on Sunday. I think it's happened each of like the last 6 Masters or something like that. And usually I've done some research too. The winner has had somewhere between like a 2 and a 4 stroke lead going into Sunday. Mm-hmm. And there has not been a winner of more than like 3 strokes in a long time. So I do think that the winner will come out of the final group, but they will fall apart some point at Sunday and make it close because the nerves are at the highest. The wind is going to pick up late on Sunday. It's potentially, I think they said like 20 to 25 mile an hour gusts on Sunday, which is going to be the worst it's going to be. Of course, it's going to be the final group that's coming through that's going to get the worst of it. I don't know. I think whoever is in the final group, one of the two is going to end up winning it, but I think it's going to get tight.
Let me ask you this: how do you watch the Masters?
The Masters app.
Okay.
I will say I saw something
TV at work.
I saw Amazon is doing some coverage of it.
Looks like ESPN app has some featured groups I could throw on and some featured holes.
Yeah.
New England corner from noon to 7 p.m. tomorrow. All right, because I put up a TV at work right above the checkout counter, so I can put it on for the fellas, even though none of them golf. So never mind.
I do think that this is coming completely out of left field. I personally think this could be a hot take. Augusta National is a gimmicky course. I don't think it's that hard. I think it's a combination of the nerves and the field and like the event that makes it as hard as it is. But I think personally, if you or I went out there, we could break 100 pretty easily.
Not on those greens.
That's true. The greens are tough. So I think that's probably where we lose it. But like the outside of the greens, the actual hole layouts aren't that bad other than like Eamon's Corner. Eamon's Corner is tough. I will say that. But yeah, I mean, I don't have a ton more. The Scotty one was my big one that I kind of forgot about. There's a bunch of stats. I mean, a debut person has never won it. Patrick Reed, by the way, I misspoke. I said live. It's DP World Tour for Patrick Reed. I don't know. I feel like there's a stat about lefties too, but I guess Phil's one, so that kind of negates that. First year since 90. First year since 90. I think it's 91 that neither Phil or Tiger is in the Masters.
Yeah. Shout out Tiger, man.
Yeah. I did like that joke that I heard today. That was a pretty good one.
Which one?
Georgia player.
Oh yeah, that was good. I didn't even think about that one. So. Yeah.
No, I mean I don't really have too much. I would really like to see Brooks have a bounce back. I would love Brooks to win, but I probably won't be betting on it. So
wow. Sorry. We got some new Diana Rossini news. I'm researching now.
Oh boy. I'm going to do 20-second research here on some Masters storylines to get some good ones.
All right, so here's one too. So I had the fist fight one wrong. So, well, maybe not wrong. So when Sean McVay was in D.C. with the Redskins, two reporters got into a drunken fist fight outside a chain restaurant at Redskins training camp because McVay was hooking up with both of them and neither knew.
Yikes!
This is a thread from 4 years ago as well. And then
Ooh, here's a good one. It's not storyline related. Pick a group. You can only watch one group for the rest of your life. Group A, the Masters, MLB postseason, college football playoff, Stanley Cup.
Give me that
group
one more time.
B. So Group A is the Masters, MLB postseason,
okay,
college football playoff, Stanley Cup.
Oof, that's a strong group.
Group B, March Madness, NBA playoffs, FIFA World Cup, NFL playoffs, and I'll throw in Olympics.
No, that's Group A all day. I mean, you got MLB and Stanley Cup, which are two of my top three. Well, I guess I got to grow it a little bit, but Stanley Cup and MLB are always hot. College football playoffs, I love. And then the Masters. Like, NBA just ruined that other
Yeah.
group, honestly. And, like, NFL
Yeah.
playoffs, yeah, I
Well,
love them, but there's no real, like, juice to them like the Masters. Obviously, March Madness makes it tough, but
yeah, but also like then Group B, 2 of the 4 are basketball, and like that just isn't interesting. That like I don't know. I would watch golf over basketball of any form. Actually, I should correct that. I would watch the Masters over basketball of any form in any situation I was given.
wait. Sorry, I was gonna suggest that we do the that little game where you pick a player. I can't
Mm-hmm.
remember what it was called, dude.
I can look real quick, but also there was a $220,000 bet on Scotty Scheffler to not win the Masters.
Wow, that's probably Scotty. Probably needs some
If
money.
there was one person in the field to be betting on the events they're in, who do you think it would be?
To be betting on what?
Betting on the events that they're in.
One person. Joel Damon.
Ooh, that's probably a good pick. I'd say
He'd be my
Patrick Reed.
pick. Patrick Reed for sure. All right, let me see if I can find. I thought I saved it on TikTok so we could do it on here. Maybe I can find it that way.
I gotta be close.
Looking
Super
for the
Bowl
game.
recap. Yeah.
The problem
This
is, did I
one?
like it or did I bookmark it? God. That can't be this far back. Maybe I liked it.
Not stick to the model.
Nope,
Not
that's yours.
mock draft hero. Not
No.
draft labs. Not fan sided.
Draft Labs doesn't sound bad.
It wasn't that though. $172.
Do you remember what it was, though? It was like, you freaking. I don't think I put it on there.
Yeah, no, we definitely did. We put the name on here.
Are you looking through the YouTube?
No.
I feel like that's
I guess I
not a
could
bad
do that.
idea. I probably
This
sent
is
it to you.
some really bad podcasting.
Terrible, horrible. I probably sent it to you. Let me look through our TikTok messages too.
Also, if you go to our YouTube,
Mhm.
and you look at our watch history, there's a lot of Brandon Woodruff home run videos recently. So my apologies.
What was the reason for that?
So,
It definitely wasn't last summer. Jesus.
they were talking to him about something about it.
All right, maybe we just wrap because I just realized it's 7:45 and I gotta eat.
Okay, that's fine.
Sorry for
I'm
the
not
terrible
finding it.
podcasting. We'll talk baseball next week, and maybe one of us will find what it's actually called and we'll do a draft next week. Like, why didn't I just bookmark it, dude? Can I go to my history's not gonna work. I'm on this computer every freaking day. Let's see, history. Can you do by date? So then you change. Yeah, it ain't gonna be. Let's see. No, this is impossible. I got way too many. No, I'm only back to March 21st. I've been scrolling for 5 minutes. I definitely played it on my own though. Let's give it the old college try though. All right, guys, here we go. I'll read through my history. Skip that one. Skip that one. Can't read that one. Skip that one. All right, I can't read that one. We'll skip that one as well. All right, skip that one. When did we do that? I feel like it was after football, but before basketball got heated up. Wow, I watch a lot of YouTube videos on here and some other videos.
I feel like
but
I'm
we can't
close
mention
to
those.
finding it. I was right around the Super Bowl.
It would be after the Super Bowl, though.
Was it?
Yeah, when we were looking for something to talk about.
Okay. So this is the Super
I basically
Bowl
just scroll
episode.
until I see Riverside, and then I can go from there. Ingham County Jail. Trying to find my brother that's locked up. Free my homie. A lot of Airbnb. So this is when we were planning your bachelor trip. Oh my God. I'm not giving up. I want to do one. And then I'll bookmark it. Oh, I got him. I got him. I got him. All right. Found it. It's Perry Pick'em.
That's what it was.
Let's see what the date was. February 18th. So yeah, right after the Super Bowl, like I said. All right. Let me make sure I did this right. So let's do play games. Let me share my screen here. All right. Thanks, guys, for hanging in there with us. We'll get this done and send you on your way. All righty. So we'll do NFL. Play a friend. How did we do this last time? Best season. That's the daily. Local. Here we go. All right. Let me move my mic because I got to type. Remember how to do this?
Yep.
Okay. Remember there's a timer, so don't freak out. I'll go first.
Okay.
Bills. It's going to have to be
This is best season, you said?
Yeah. Fantasy-wise. Josh Allen, 402. Not bad. Oh, you got Bills, too. I forgot.
I will take LaShawn McCoy.
I think that's a good pick. That's all right.
Ooh. Give me CJ 2K.
All right, he remembers how to play. I was wondering. Chris Johnson. It's a great pick. Man, wide receivers. I'm thinking Eddie George. He probably had a good year with the Titans. I'm thinking Eddie George. Wow, look at that right there. All right,
I hate that I locked up
both
my...
You got flex. Bucks.
Yeah.
We'll take. I think Gronk had one really good year with the Bucks, didn't he? Man, is that the play there though? You got running back, you got receiver. Mike Evans might have had a good year. No, he's always had good years, like good mid years. I think it's Gronk. Yeah, I'm going Gronk. That's not a good pick. Damn it.
I will take Mike Evans.
I don't think that's a good pick. 304 is definitely better than Gronk.
That's pretty good. Nice. I will take Brady.
Gronk is a good pick.
That's fuck. Yeah.
No, you have to take it once I start typing.
Yeah, no, I know. Okay, 390 is not bad.
No, Tom Brady's good there. Gronk had the best.
Gronk would have been,
ever, though,
yeah.
I think.
Yep.
And I can't take him. Can you take Gronk twice?
Damn.
Eagles. I think Deshaun Jackson had a really good year. In terms of running backs, was DeMarco Murray good with them or bad? DeMarco Murray was really good with the... God, did he have a good year or a bad year? I want to do Deshaun Jackson. I want to do Terrell Owens. Deshaun Jackson. I think this is a bad pick. 269. I keep forgetting You are crushing me right now.
I think I'm debating between trying to see what like Zach Ertz would have been.
You gotta hurry. 7, 6.
No, give me T.O. Not great, but give me Antonio Brown for the Steelers. Nice. Yeah, Le'Veon, good pick.
Hanging in there. Jacksonville Jaguars?
Ooh.
Oh, who was good for them? Fuck. I really don't know that they've ever had like a stud, dude. I'm going with Maurice Jones-Drew. I didn't look at the list. I just couldn't remember his name.
I want Leonard Fournette.
Oh, I think that's a good pick. Okay.
No, not
Making
bad.
up ground. Tight end for the Seahawks.
Is there a better one than Jimmy Graham?
I might have you here.
I'll take Jimmy Graham.
I might have him, ladies and gentlemen. So I need 300. 300 and I think 308.3 from DK Metcalf. No,
I think
that was
JSN
close.
would have been better.
Oh fuck! I gotta find out what JSN had. Hang on, I gotta try to get Seahawks just so I can see what he would have had. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. What? Apparently, the Dolphins had a running back named Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
That's crazy.
Come on, just give me the fucking Seahawks. Seahawks. Come on, don't make me do this multiple times. We will do this podcast until the Seahawks pop up. This is ridiculous.
Well, how much was DK? 290.
I needed 308 point something.
Yeah.
Dude, come on. Seahawks. Oh, Herschel Walker. Seahawks. This is killing me. You get the Bucks a lot on here. Seahawks. Seahawks. Kareem. Let me get you Kareem here. Where's Kareem? Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Right. Seahawks. I want to eat, bro. Seahawks. Yes.
Nice.
Okay. Dude, imagine if I didn't have a spot for him anymore. 359.
Yeah.
What an idiot. What a not ball knowing idiot. Oh, I'm pissed about that. Oh,
that's tough. That's
all right,
brutal.
Everybody. We'll talk baseball next week. Have a great weekend. Let's hit some tanks, throw some tutties, enjoy the Masters. We'll see you next week.
Hello, friends. Goodbye, friends.